The world's a big deal. You know what's a bigger deal? Wasn't built in a day. There was this really virtuous guy called Aeneas from a place called Troy. He sailed ships, and sailing ships, it's pretty virtuous when you're a battle commander in a war against the Greeks, because one dude took another dude's wife. The war took a long time, and the Greeks were eager to get it wrapped up. The Trojans fell for it. A lot of them died. Aeneas was like, might be a little hot right now, but let's get on boats, go somewhere else, and become the most virtuous race of all time. The Trojans seemed to be down with it, so they got on boats and went looking for a new home. But Jove's like, Aeneas. Aeneas is like, shit, I'm done. Jove's like, you will build the first great city. Aeneas is like, sure thing, Pop. Oh yeah, did I mention that Aeneas is Jove's grandson? Jove's like, travel safe, kid. The former Trojan presently blessed future colonizers try Crete. It sucks. Then Buth rode him. It sucks too. Italy has 4 white horses, which means there will be a war at some point, and Tarentum reeks of death. There's this place called Ausonia, totally freestanding state. A guy called Picus reigns there, and Picus really likes horses. They go to Sicily. Aeneas' dad dies. They go to Carthage. Aeneas marries Queen Dido for a bit. At this point, Jove's a bit over it, and he's like, dude, I've been waiting on this city 7 years. Get on with it. Aeneas thinks about it, then leaves, and Queen Dido kills herself. And a couple hundred years later, there's a war. In the meantime, Aeneas goes to his dad's funeral, then leaves all the hip cats in Sicily and sets off with just one boat for the coast of Italy. Aeneas lands in Latium and takes a local princess as his wife after he fights a war against and kills her fiancé. He then shares the rule of the region with her father, who he definitely didn't kill, and founds a new city, which he really thoughtfully names after his really new, really happy wife. His mum Venus goes to Jove and she's like, Daddy, make Aeneas a god. Jove's like, okay. Venus is like, son, you are one of us now. Aeneas is like, sweet. Aeneas leaves his son Ausonius in charge, and so starts a very simple game with a very simple set of rules. 1. Dad was king. 2. Can't be king if you're dead. After Ausonius, there was 400 years. Then it was Procca, who had 2 sons, Numitor and Amulius. Numitor's an old guy. He's really nice, and he's got his succession plan all worked out with his 2 sons and his daughter and 2 grandsons, just in case anything goes really, really wrong, like Amulius remembering that his dad was king too. That he's really not into succession plans. He knocks Numitor off the throne and sends him into exile. Then he kills his sons because they can't be kings if they're dead. And then banishes his daughter and then throws her sons in a river because they can't be kings if they're drowned. Amulius reigns for a while. He's all like, I'm a military dictator. Pew pew. Except not with a laser gun. And with arrows. Numitor's like, I'm done. But his grandsons who got thrown in a river, they got suckled by a she-wolf. And they come back to find their granddad. And they're like, Pop, it's us. Romulus and Remus. Numitor's like, sweet. They go back to Latium and restore Numitor. Romulus and Remus aren't really keen on waiting around to rule, so they set off to find a place to build a city, and they find one. And they call it Rome, after Romulus. Because Romulus killed Remus after they argued about which hill to found the city on. Brotherly love. And so, in accordance with Jove's wishes, the first great city is founded by an impatient brother-murdering tyrant as a new home for criminals and violent lunatics. So Romulus is king, and Remus isn't. Because Remus is dead, and you can't be king if you're dead.